So there are various rules to a Toastmasters meeting, and I would like to inform you of all the basic rules we follow in a Toastmasters meeting, and they are: rule number one, kindly switch off your mobile or keep it in a flight mode or silent mode so that it does not interrupt our meeting. And that's what I also. And secondly, if you are connecting with us online, keep your audio, keep your video closed. If you are eating or if you are going from one place to another, kindly keep your video off, and also audio, please. And kindly keep your audio also switched off until and unless we request you to come on stage and share your views. Okay, a lot of technical advancements have happened, and when people are still finding it very difficult to come in terms of how to control all those things. And secondly, and the third and most important rule is kindly refrain from speaking on topics like sex, religion, and politics in a manner that can hurt the sentiments of others. By sex, we also include gender, and be a little sensitive while speaking about genders, about all three genders we have. Now, with that, I will be handing over the meeting to a very genial and always smiling gentleman. His name is Toastmaster Dixon, who, as a president or the president of our club, has brought a lot of initiatives and is always ready to devote his time for the betterment of the club and its members. So, with a warm round of applause, kindly welcome our friend Toastmaster Dixon.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arijit. What a warm welcome to me. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to meeting number 162. Do we have any guests here today in offline?
Yes, Priyanka.
Priyanka is a regular.
Regular guest, right? Yes, I remember her. And any first-time guest here? Ranjit is first-time guest here in Hoodi? Hello?
Hello, you asked me something, sir?
Yes, you are first-time guest here?
Yes.
Can you please introduce yourself? How do you know about the Toastmasters, your profession?
See, I had a friend, a colleague who was in Chennai. So he used to go to Toastmasters Club, and he used to post his speech, or like the awards or speech that he get through during Toastmaster sessions. Then I spoke to him. He said, "This is what a Toastmaster is like. You can go and you can give a speech, and you can get out of your fear, speaking in front of anyone." So I thought I'll come in. I work in a media agency. So I'm not getting the opportunity because of my fear, which I couldn't speak in front of people. So that's the reason I come here. I'm from Kerala. I have never given a speech like this in front of people. So that's the reason I'm here.
Thank you. You're always welcome. And anyway, any other guest, first-time guest here? I can't see the offline.
Dixon, we don't have any more guests today.
Yeah, fine. So today's theme of the meeting, this is water. Shapeless, formless. And I'm so surprised to see that there are lots of philosophy behind this water itself. To talk about this water, this theme of the meeting, we have a Toastmaster of the day. The person who is in the Toastmaster journey for more than 8 years and with us in Hoodi Club for almost 4 years, I believe, who is about to start his project one as well, I believe. I think he's going to give his speeches going forward. So let's welcome with big round of applause our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Vinayakam. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
It's a bit patchy, but yes, we could make out what you're saying. We could get
Okay,
the
I
gist.
think I have bandwidth problem. I will remove my video then. I'll switch off my video better.
No problem.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dixon. Good morning, friends. A bright, sunny morning here in Bangalore. Welcome change from the chilly climate that was there till a couple of months back. Welcome to, I was going to say episode 162, but it is meeting number 162. And welcome to the Toastmaster session. I mean, Ranjit is a new guest here. Priyanka is old, a frequent guest, so you know the formalities. But a typical Toastmaster session meeting has 3 sessions, 3 parts to it. One is the prepared speeches, the other is the evaluation, and also the table topics. Right. So we will go through that. To help conduct the meeting, I have a lot of accomplices along with me, and one of the primary accomplice is the General Evaluator, Toastmaster Tanuja. She doesn't need any introduction in Hoodi Toastmasters, and I'm saying this also partly because I failed to get her introduction before the meeting. So over to you, Toastmaster Tanuja, to explain your role.
Thank you so much, TM Vinayakam. A very warm good morning to all of you. As Toastmaster Vinayakam has already mentioned, it's a beautiful morning. I love these mornings, sunny mornings, so it's especially beautiful for me. And it's beautiful because I'm here in Toastmasters meeting. I'd love to start my day with a Toastmasters meeting because there's always so much to learn. Looking to the conditions today, when I came, and then whatever happened after that, reminded me of the usual situation, which, since you all are guys here, only Priyanka is a female, she'll definitely correlate with me and she'll second me. When the lady of the house is not there, what happens? The entire house is troubled. Where is the milk? What to prepare? Okay. Don't know where to get it from at that moment. Because everyone is so pampered by the lady of the house that they are given services, expert services. So the same thing happened when our SA today, usual SA Kalpesh has not come and we are struggling with connections and so on. Nonetheless, the meeting has started and with a very positive note by our Sergeant at Arms, Arijit. Let me take this forward. I will also be, as a general evaluator, I will be taking up all the good things that have happened and what can be done to make it even better. Of course, I'll be playing that role. Apart from that, I'm also playing the role of a grammarian. Who's the counter? So we have the counter in place, we have a timer in place. I have this team, and I also have a team of my evaluators who are going to evaluate the individual speeches of 2 speakers that we have. So first, let me call upon the timer, Toastmaster Arijit, to explain what they're going to do with each speech. How much time is going to show?
Okay. Before I start, I'll tell you the timing cards about the timing cards. I must comment. Tanuja madam was telling us about there are a lot of beautiful things and all that. The day is beautiful, sunny. I like your dress. It was a very beautiful dress. And on that note, I will start with the roles and responsibilities of a timer. So as the timer for today's meeting, we have the prepared speeches. We have an icebreaker, which will be 4 to 6 minutes. 4 minutes, I will be showing the green card. 5 minutes, I will be showing the yellow card. And at the 6th minute, I will be showing you the red card. For speaker number 2, someone from the audience will be showing me the cards at 5, 6, and 7. That is because I will be delivering one of the speeches. Okay, we found someone, and then we have the table topics, which would be for 1 to 2 minutes. 1 minute green, 1 minute 30 seconds yellow, and 2 minutes red. All the speakers will be getting a buffer of 30 seconds. Then next we will be having the evaluation session, 2 to 3 minutes, 2 minutes green, 2 minutes 30 seconds. We have the yellow, and 3 minutes. I will be showing you the red card, 30 seconds of buffer. With that, I will hand it over to our general evaluator.
Thank you. Very well explained in detail. I hope he's not left any doubts in anyone's mind, the ones who are new to our meeting today. Let me now have our counter, TM Manoj, to explain your role. What will you be doing?
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good morning, everybody. As the counter for the day, I'll be monitoring the use of crutch words and as and counts as all our speakers go by. The end of the meeting, when the General Evaluator calls the report, I'll present my observations. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, TM Manoj. And yes, calls for a clap as per the protocol of Toastmasters. Okay. As a grammarian, I'll be taking up the grammarian's role. As a grammarian, I'll be noting down all the, because we are using English as our language in Toastmasters. So we need to improve on our language as well. On that note, all the good usages need to be applauded, which I'll be doing, and all the uses in English, sentence structures, or anything else, grammar, or the words not fitting anywhere, will also be noted down by me, and I will be telling you what can be done to improve it. So improvement points and the good points, everything will be noted. The word of the day, you want to say something?
No.
So the word of the day today is versatility or versatile. You can use either. Versatile is a adjective. You can use it to show that anything can be used in various ways. Any activity, if you call a person as a versatile, then you mean that the person can be fitted into various roles as the time demands, as the time needs. Just like water, because I was inspired by the nature of water, and this word is the first word that came to my mind when I offered to take up the grammarian's role. So let's all be versatile today. It's the need of the meeting today. Okay, so versatile is an adjective. Versatility also you can use. Its different forms also you can use anything, but because it's a very, very common words. But the challenge is how to use it properly. Thank you. With that, I give the stage back to TM of the day, Toastmaster Vinayak, and waiting to hear more from you on water. Thank you.
The moment you said versatile, I had a thought in mind to use it and tick the box of saying that, okay, I'll use the word of the day, but you already used it. So, but I'll say that even here, the versatility of our Toastmaster members, right? So here we have Toastmaster Tanuja taking up the grammarian role along with the General Evaluator, Toastmaster Arijit, taking a double role. Abhishek also taking up a new role at the moment, at the spur of the moment. So you're ready to be flexible, you're ready to be versatile. So a round of applause to all our brilliant members. Arijit, could you put up these images, please, once? Okay. So I don't know if you have looked at this poster. I just want to take a couple of minutes to get the opinions from everybody on what is your thought when you see this poster that is showcased now, that is being seen on your screen now. What are the thoughts and about the theme, about what is shown in the poster? What do you think is going to be the crux of my theme? What am I going to be talking about?
Life underneath water.
Sorry, life underneath water. Okay. Abhishek?
Pretty close. I have a 4-year-old son, so it reminds me of the rhymes. Maybe I should stay out. I don't know.
I should have added a sharp also. Right? That's the most popular.
Baby shark.
Avatar 2.
Stab at it.
Honestly, what comes to my mind by this poster, now specifically by this poster, is that we are so surrounded by what we don't even realize.
Right.
Water is everywhere, not just in the form of what we have with us, what we drink, but in other forms also.
Okay.
This is what comes from.
I'll add one more hint, and then even there is the roles available, right? There is a graphic around that. Even that signifies something. It signifies a clock. Okay, and Mr. Lily and Manoj, you want to take a stab at it?
A turtle swimming in water.
Okay, so this is around a fable. This was narrated by David Foster Wallace in 2005 in one of his very famous addresses, and he talks about being in the moment, and it's a fable about a turtle which encounters two fishes, and it asks the fishes that, how's the water? And the fishes are looking at each other and saying, water? What is water? That signifies like how oblivious we are about our immediate surroundings, and we are, we take it for granted. Like air, for example, we take it for granted. The fishes were taking water for granted. Okay. So this is something that came to my notice. I mean, he gave this address sometime in 2005, but I noticed it last year. It came to my notice last year through a song. Before we get to the song, before I speak more about the song, I would like to invite the first prepared speech. We would like to start the session with the first prepared speech. Toastmaster
Evaluating.
The evaluator, yes, sorry. I would like to invite Toastmaster Akansha, who is the evaluator for the first speaker, to talk about the objectives of the speech.
Hi everyone, I'm Akansha. I'll be evaluating Abhishek's icebreaker speech. The objective of the speech is to introduce himself and learn about the structure of giving a speech. Yeah, over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Akansha. And now to the speaker. From my brief interaction with him before the meeting, I came to know that he has now a 4-year-old son, who is a 4-year-old child who has a deep fascination for things. And about him, he has a deep voice, and he also has shared liking of old Hindi songs. And yeah, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. He stood frozen in front of the mic. The thumping of his heightened heartbeat with the silent glares that were just too loud, mixed with emotions and feelings of nervousness and anxiety, brought him to the perfect crescendo of the mess that he was in. And the only words that he could utter in that moment were, electricity. My fellow Toastmasters, this was the first public speaking encounter of yours truly when he was back in his school, a student of class 5. What brought me to this situation was the yearning of an adolescent heart as it responds to beauty. Let's call that beauty Miss Isabella, for the sake of securing identities. When I first saw Isabella, I saw her respecting people with accomplishments in my class, the sports captain, the class monitor, the person who takes the first position in every exam and makes mine and many others' life miserable. And then I thought how to get her respect and attention. One of the things in one of the little interactions she talked about is she really likes theater, dramatics, and public speech. I thought, what's a better way to impress a girl that I'm interested in? So without thinking twice and whether not even understanding what just a minute stood for in my assembly activities, I nominated myself for just a minute. which brought me to this momentous occasion of standing there, stuttering and stammering while talking about the topic, which originally had to be the importance of electricity. And I ended up saying electricity. At that stage in your life, you're very impressionable, you're very conscious about how you seem, not that you're not now, but at that stage, an external validation is all the much more important if I talk about that in retrospect. And it left an indelible impression on me. Of course, I was booed off the stage. Isabella did not even want to be seen along with me, the same friend. But it stirred something in me. And I gave myself a challenge that I'm going to learn this art of public speaking and being in front of people to express my thoughts and emotions. I worked on it with the help of a very good English teacher, Ms. Amita Chakrabarti, who I'm indebted to even till now. She worked on my basics of language, she worked on my basic of diction, basic of structure of a sentence. And 1 year later, I was the finalist for the school debate trophy. Guess who was in front of me? Competing for the same trophy. And that was the poetic justice that I was looking for. I ended up winning that trophy. But by then I realized that the motivation that I started with in terms of the attention of a young girl had now been replaced with the high and with the happiness that I get when I'm on stage and talking to people, meeting new people, telling stories, becoming part of stories and narrating life through these experiences had taken over the motivation. And now that was my motivation. So this continued. I continued through my school times in multiple debates at state, district, national level, and a few international debates. I also took a liking for writing, which then introduced me to theater and dramatics, which I pursued all through my engineering. I wrote some 7-8 plays, I directed a few of them, staged many of them in Shimla. I pursued my engineering from Himachal Pradesh. And then the same continued with my brief stint in Infosys, where I first got introduced for the first time ever to the Toastmasters Club. It was the Infosys Pune Toastmasters Club, and my journey started in 2010 with Toastmasters, which continued till my stint in Infosys continued in 2012. I was lucky enough to represent my club in the district level international speech competition as a finalist. And the wonderful people I met in that journey still is the main driving force for me to come and become a part of this journey yet again in my second innings. I was able to finish my competent communicator in the first innings, but decided to take a break from this when my son was about to be born. It's been over 4.5, 5 years now, and I'm coming back to this Toastmasters journey, and I'm very excited to start inning 2. After Infosys, I pursued MBA in marketing. I first pursued a job and then an MBA in marketing, because when you fail as an engineer, kind of confidence that you have in yourself makes you point others for mistakes and you do not do an introspect. So I thought there must be something wrong with the world. I'm not in the right job. So I went for MBA into marketing and sales, and again got lucky. I got into a profession which makes me become a storyteller, and I get paid for it. So what better than that? My basic motivation is to meet new people, to continuously hone the art of storytelling, continuously hone better ways of delivering ideas and thoughts, learn from the people around you, and see what their experiences inspire you. That's my basic motivation. I look forward to having this journey continued with Hoodi Toastmasters Club, and thank you very much for your for welcoming me in your family. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. That was lovely. And it also sort of blended into the theme, right? Being the present when Abhishek, the young Abhishek, realized that the high of the present moment of winning, getting the high was better than an anticipatory. I don't get the, I'm not getting a politically correct word, but anticipatory meeting with Ms. Isabella. You found that is much more better. Over to we now have another speaker. We have another prepared speech here, and I would like to invite DTM Manoj to read out the objectives of this second speech. Thank you.
5, 6, 7.
So our second speech today, the objectives are, and it is the speech is an introduction of vocal variety and body language. And the speech purpose is the purpose of this project is for the member to practice vocal variety and body language to enhance the speech. The notes to the evaluator: during the completion of this project, the member has spent time learning about and practicing their body language, including gestures and other non-verbal communication, along with their vocal variety, including pace, tone, pitch, and volume. These are the basic things which I will be watching over as the the speech evaluation. So over to
The speaker is somebody who I'm not going to waste any time introducing. Toastmaster Arijit is well known in the entire district here, and over to Toastmaster Arijit. The title of the speech is, he had given me two titles, so it's the stone, the needle, and the principle. The stone, the needle, and the principle. Toastmaster Arijit.
St. Xavier's Bokaro Steel City was one of the most reputed schools in the steel city of Bokaro, Jharkhand. I studied up till standard 5 in that, and there was this one particular incident in standard 5 which happened with me and left an everlasting impression, and I would like to narrate you about that. So I was not a very brilliant student. In fact, I was not even the worst, even not a bad student. I was the worst student in the class. I would always come 50th of the 50 students in the batch. And that used to make me shy, timid. And when you are not the most brilliant student in the class, the things you look forward are the lunch breaks. I loved lunch breaks because I could have my own time. And in our school, we had a very strange rule. We had huge grounds, and you were supposed to have your lunch only in the grounds and not in the classrooms. The classrooms would be locked during the lunch break, because if you spill your food, they have to get the sweepers and all that. So that was a very nice way of managing people in managing mess in a school. So one day, after I had my lunch, I was just sitting and admiring the beauty of the nature, and suddenly, from nowhere, a stone came and hit me. And what followed was a fountain of blood from my head. I was in a little bit of pain, and then I went to the school dispensary. So the sister in the school dispensary suspected that I was fighting with someone and spoke that, why did you get hurt? And she applied some ointment and the cotton swab and then asked me to take rest. But since I was the not so brilliant student of the class, I was also scared of the fact that the teacher will scold me. So I went from the dispensary, I went to the class about 10 minutes late. And the teacher did scold me. She also noticed the blood coming out from my head. And she told, with whom did you fight? And I had to explain them again that someone threw a stone, I don't know. But I was the one who got scolded. Then I returned home and very nonchalantly I entered the room, my house, and my mother, who was a college lecturer, she stepped in and we both came in the same time. I was supposed to go to the tuition, and what most mothers observe is the uniform of their children, and it was bloody red at the collar. And she asked me what happened. A stone hit me. I said, okay, very nonchalant. She's like, you're not going to your tuition today, you're going to your doctor. And she took me to the doctor along with my sister and my aunt, Mossy. And when my aunt, and so the doctor was very serious when he saw the injury on my head. And he said, we have to apply stitches. That stone did not hurt me as much as the needle which the doctor forced. And I cried, oh! And then looking at my pain, my sister cried, ah! Looking at both of us crying, my aunt cried, ah! And my mother shouted at my aunt, why are you crying? I brought you for moral support. But my mother was very calm throughout the incident. And later, a few hours later, I had this huge turban around my head, bandage applied on my head. And then next morning, I was in the for some further surprise. My mother said, today I am taking you to your school. Why? No, I have to meet someone. And that someone was the headmaster of the school. I entered the room, and imagine the worst student of your class entering the room of the headmaster. And that was something I was terrified of. And then things turned 360. My mother was a picture of calm 12 hours back, was a picture of storm, shouting at the headmaster, oh, why did my son get hurt and you did not bother to inform me? First time in my life, I saw Headmaster Henry so afraid. And then he said, okay, I have to go to the assembly. And he went to the assembly and told people about the problems of throwing stones. Meanwhile, I was in the room with my mom, and I told my mom, why did you have to shout on the principal? All the teachers will avenge that on me. And she told me something very important. Arijit, what are you afraid of? Being hurt? See, one of the most important things is that you think that you can suffer the pain, but you have to feel the pain of others. You have to feel your pain to feel the pain of others. Today, you return with a broken head. Tomorrow, a student might return with a bleeding eye. And you have to learn, Arijit, to be responsible for not only for yourself, but people around you. You have to feel the pain of others to understand what suffers. Today, I am lucky only a head has broken. But tomorrow, something severe could happen. And that was a message I did not understand or comprehend in full 20 years back. But over a period of time, I've realized how we have to be responsible for one another. Today, the safety of people, women, children, older folks around us has to be addressed. If someone around us is in pain, we have to address. If we are in pain, we have to raise our voice towards that and be responsible for not only for ourselves, for the betterment of people around us. Thank you.
That was a lovely speech. All the speeches today are somehow tying in with the theme that we have. That's a great coincidence. So I was talking about this song, and this is a song by a band called Kurangan Ira. It's a Tamil band. They unfortunately got disbanded long back. I discovered this song was written sometime in 2016 or 2017. I discovered this last year when I attended a stand-up comedy show of S. Arvind, and this was the track that was played as as the filler track, right? And it was very intriguing. I took it up. The song I'll post the song links in the chat group. There are two songs of theirs which has English translation, so it would be accessible to everybody. But the crux, the gist of this song, David Foster Wallace, which was the first one to catch my attention, is about being in the present, and also the point which Toastmaster Arijit also brought about is about not just being self-absorbed and thinking about the rest of the people around you as well. Everybody in everybody's life, the story always revolves around you. You are the center of the universe for yourself, but you soon realize as you grow up, as you mature, you realize that that is not true. There are others in the tail as well, and you have to be cognizant of them and adjust your life around that. And obviously being in the present as well, which is what the original premise of This is Water by David Foster Wallace was. Without much ado, we'll open the table topic session, which is one of the most favorite sessions that I have in Toastmasters. And today it is going to be the table topics master is a bright, vibrant, smiling young chap from Kerala. He also is someone who specializes in finance. So I'll be, if anybody of you has any, the tax season is nearing, and if anybody has any questions, then you know who to reach out to. And over to you, Toastmaster Dixon, for the table topics.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vinayakam, for the wonderful introduction. I am not a specialist in tax. Fine. So, welcome everyone for this one of the most exciting and challenging sessions of our club's meeting. I hope I'm audible to everyone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good, perfect. I keep my camera off to make sure that there will be no voice interruptions and all. For the benefit of the guests, this is a table topic session. It's like an impromptu speech. The table topics master, it's me, will call the speaker and I'll give a topic, and the speaker has to talk for 2 minutes 30 seconds. The timing of this table topic session is 1 minute, the green color will show, 1 minute 30 seconds amber, and 2 minutes red color will show. Within another 30 seconds, we have to complete the table topic speech. So let's start our table topic session. The first topic, I would like to call one of the most versatile member in our club, Toastmaster Nagamesh. Toastmaster Nagamesh.
Yeah. Hi everyone. Hi Dixon.
Hi.
I thought you are calling Arijit.
I said one of the members, I said. So, there. Okay, so your topic is, if we learn from our mistakes, why are we always so afraid to make a mistake? If we learn from our mistakes, why are we always so afraid to make a mistake? Toastmaster Nagamesh.
It's a lengthy question, but thanks for giving this topic. Can you repeat the second part of the question?
Yes, I'll repeat it again. If we learn from our mistakes, why are we always so afraid to make a mistake?
I have the answer to the first part, but I don't know how to convey the second part. But in person, I believe I also made many mistakes, but it was very unconscious, not conscious. As we know, failures are stepping stones of success. in that way, maybe what I'm trying to say is, if I gave a speech today and I made mistakes, and I feel by taking the feedback from the evaluators, I will learn them and I will implement in future Toastmaster speeches. Maybe people are not making mistakes because they want to be perfect as much as they can. But one should not make any conscious mistakes. Yes, unconsciously we might make many mistakes, and for example, a student studying a BTech or engineering might make some mistakes, not focusing on his career and failed in subjects or not getting a campus interview. Yeah, these are mistakes, but at the end, he or she should learn from these mistakes and should focus on their career. So making mistake unconsciously or consciously also, if it is a good purpose, no problem. But yeah, we should not repeat the mistake. As I said, the BTech student failed in his engineering, and he should not repeat it while doing his MTech. If he repeats in his MTech, there is no use of, or he or she did not learn anything from his BTech, something like that. But thank you for giving the complicated topic, Dixon.
Dixon?
Dixon, you are on mute.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking. I'm sorry. Sorry for that. It's a problem of online meetings always.
It's a mistake we do.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Nagamesh. I would like to call Toastmaster Ankur for this topic.
Sure.
Yeah. So your topic is,
Just give me 1 second.
yeah, sure.
Tell me.
The rise of women is not about the fall of men.
The rise of women is not about the
fall of men. Yeah.
fall of men.
Yep.
It's a good topic. It's a well thoughtful topic, I must say. The rise of women is not about the fall of men. Well, if we see what's been happening in last few years, there's a lot of the movement of feminism out there, which specifically talk about that women should get all the rights. Women should be equal to men. And there's a lot of depth to it. I mean, women are coming from a place because they have been suppressed for centuries, for almost millennials, right? Millennials, right? So their rights have been suppressed. If you see, a lot of countries still don't give a lot of rights to women. Even if you see in US, until 60 years ago, if I'm not wrong, women didn't have the right to vote. And today it's changing a lot. In Saudi Arabia, women, just a few years ago, women started, we were allowed to drive. So it's a little deeper topic. I'm sure I cannot do justice to this particular topic in just 2 minutes talk. But I think women, we as men need to be more evolved to see women rising up. Men somewhere are lacking behind when it comes to adapting women growing in their life. The world is a little weird place. I cannot do justice to the topic in just 2 minutes, but that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ankur. Anyone from the offline guest, Priyanka, can you give a try? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have Priyanka.
Yes, yes. Yes, so your topic is, if I gave you 10,000 rupees and told you you have to spend it today, what would you do? What would you buy? If I give you 10,000 rupees and told you have to spend it today, what would you buy?
So it's like, hi everyone, good morning. So if you will give me 10,000 rupees, see, I'm a girl, woman, whatever. So we have lots of things to buy. So we don't have we have very big list to buy. So we can't say a specific thing, if you buy this one or that one. So if you will give 1 lakh rupees also, you can so nothing new on that. So what to say? I have to specify things or
Open to interpretation.
It's open to you, anything. It's fine.
so yeah, I can spend very easily with the lots of my stuff. Thank you. Finally, I don't know.
Thank you, Prega. Can we have a Toastmaster Mona Lisa from online?
Hi, sure.
Yeah, okay. So your topic is keep your friends close and your enemies even closer. Keep your friends close and your enemies even closer. Toastmaster Mona Lisa, your topic.
Thank you for this topic. I do believe in keeping my friends close and my enemies closer. And I also believe in the phrase kill with kindness. So I know it might sound a bit vindictive, but normally people don't do me wrong. Luckily, I try to manage to make friends with my enemies as well. But in the worst of circumstances, if someday some person decides not to be my friend, God saved it first. I don't hold grudges. I don't have time for that. I let karma do that for me. But I do remember things. I like to remember things. If you do me good, I will remember that for my lifetime. If you do me bad, you will remember that for your lifetime. I believe in that. And jokes apart, we don't need to have enemies, right? If someone has done something wrong to us, maybe we should look at it from their perspective. Sometimes people are not wrong. The situations might lead them towards negative doings. So rather than just saying that keeping your enemies closer, why not convert them into friends and make the situation as neutral as possible? Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Dixon.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mona Lisa. And this is our last topic. Who do you want to take up that topic now?
We have one guest, Piyush.
Yes, Toastmaster Piyush. Yes. So your topic is, it is better to commit smaller wrongs for the sake of bigger rights. It is better to commit smaller wrongs for the sake of bigger rights. Toastmaster Piyush Jain. You are on mute.
Okay, could you repeat the
topic? It is better to commit smaller wrongs for the sake of bigger rights.
Mistakes?
Yes, more mistakes for the sake of bigger rights.
Okay. All right. Okay. So good morning, everyone here at Hoodi Toastmaster Club. I am Piyush from Airbus Toastmaster Club. My topic is today smaller wrongs for the higher ups. So okay. So what I understood from the topic is that I have been in this path of career from past 7 years. I do mistakes on daily basis. I take risk on daily basis. I do everything that my mind and heart says, attempt just don't believe on the results. I come with an empathy from the personal background, professional background, which says that you should try until you succeed, said by some greatest philosopher of India. So I understand that however small the things look, but if you understand the depth that people have worked on that, it will be useful for you, because you can learn from your mistakes, but try to search people who have already done that mistakes, so that you don't repeat and you reach your results without uh, you know 90% or something. But if you don't give a try, you'll always feel that in your mind that why didn't you try after the train left. So I think however small the wrong looks, but until the goals and the results matter, because that's what everyone does in their life, right? Improve, so that we can make and give our best. Thanks. Back to you, Dixon.
Thank you, Mr. Piyush. So this is a end of our table topic session. Thanks to everyone and thanks to the TMOD, Toastmaster Vinayakam.
Thank you, Dr. Dixon. That was a lovely selection of topics there. Timer, Arijit, do we have 1 minute? I wanted to.
1 minute.
We have 1 minute, right? I wanted to add one more table topic. Okay, in this tradition of Instagram reels that are going around, Toastmaster Dixon, I wanted to ask you, if your wife had 10,000 rupees to spend, what should she spend on? Be careful, you are being recorded, so this is going to be, this can be held up against you, okay? Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vinayakam, that wonderful topic. And hopefully I'm audible, because I want to talk this with the screen on, camera on, first of all. So the question is that if I give 10,000 rupees to my wife, what she will do? If you ask me this question 5 years before, what she will do is that she will go to Mitra, or she will go to any Max or any Reliance anywhere, and she will buy some dress and makeup set for sure. This talking about 4 years before. After that, she joined in a she started a profession, and she's a teaching. She's a professor in a college. Now, if I give her 10,000 rupees, what she will do is that she will put it in a savings account, or she will put it in PPF, or she will put it in some other investments and also. Yeah. Before the marriage, I was confused, but after the marriage, she became confused, and I am the person who is spending so much of money now. So that's the current situation in my married life. Yeah. Over to you. Thank you.
That brings us to the end of the second session, which is the table topics session. And over to you, Toastmaster Tanuja, now for the evaluations.
Thank you. My session came too fast. But yes, we have reached almost the last leg of this meeting. Not to waste any time, let us start and see who's got the bouquets and who's got the brickbats. Fine. So first, I'll start with the individual evaluation. I invite Toastmaster Akanksha for the evaluation of Abhishek's icebreaker speech. Yeah, Akanksha, over to you.
First of all, Abhishek, it was a really great speech. You very beautifully described about your introduction from a child to the person you are today. The introduction was really good, which had twist and turn through which you introduced the topic to every one of us. Your hand gestures were really good. The one recommendation that I have for you is, you were I felt like you were twisting between your left leg and then your right leg, and then your right leg and then your left leg. So what you could have done better is you could have stood sturdy over the stage and went ahead with talking the audience in a brilliant way that you did. The speech was really good, like you connected with the audience well. The audience also enjoyed it. you had the right mix of energy and the notes, the voice notes that you use, the bold and softening of the speech at various portions was really good. Overall, your speech was a versatile one. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akanksha, for giving that evaluation. I'll come to your evaluation later on when I'm giving my general evaluators report. Now I invite TM Manoj to read out his evaluation of Origin, Toastmaster Origin.
Hey everybody, once again. Toastmaster Arijit. I heard a good story too. It was very well crafted, and like all good stories, it was from memory or from the heart, either of these two categories, and well done. But where I was expecting a play of the voice, okay, that was very low compared to what I expected, and there are a few huge holes in the words you chose, which caught my attention. You said you got hit with a stone. There was a fountain of blood. Fountain of blood means visual, what comes is rather visual. But that kind of a thing, it was not a stone, it's landed on a head, it must have been a JCB. That is one part. Now the second part is you demonstrated the pain part of it when the stitch was done, which kind of compensated what I was expecting stone part was coming, right? So when the stone hit, like you said, there was a what do you say, there's a fountain of blood, and I felt a little pain. Fountain of blood, little pain, that's. But then when you say at the same time, it kind of contrasted with what you said about the stitch part of the story, when the doctor was stitched, right? So that kind of took care of the voice part, but I was expecting a little more. Maybe you could have considered the part when your mother was talking. So that was one more histrionics at the opportunity. That's great. These three are where the voice and actually the physical action also could have brought it, because here we have in the first scenario is when there's pain. I didn't see you demonstrate pain. I saw you explain a visual. I didn't see you demonstrate pain, part one, right? Part two was when your mother met the principal, or maybe when she saw you at home with your collar red. How come your mother didn't lose her temper and ask you what happened, and she didn't ask her sister what happened? Another opportunity. The third part was I was expecting your mother to lose her temper in the principal's office, which also somehow you left out in the description. So these are the places where you have played around and built the case for a much superior performance. The story was simple. It was very straightforward story, well delivered story. But what I would look at is if you're going to use the same storyline again in the future, consider these aspects to build up the final delivery of the stories where I will leave. Thank you.
Thank you, TM Manoj, for evaluating Origin speech. Let me start my evaluation, the meetings evaluation. I'll start with the evaluators first, then I'll start from the meetings start. So coming to Akanksha's evaluation of Abhishek's speech. Akanksha, you have covered almost everything that should be an icebreaker speech. Considering this was an icebreaker, this was an icebreaker given by a Toastmaster, who's been reinstated. It could have been, I feel, a little more detailed in telling him. For instance, always give examples what he did well, what he did not do well. Wherever he pointed out that he could have done this better, give examples. That is the important aspect of giving a feedback, so that the person learns how he can do better. So that is one thing. Second thing, what I'm telling you is from the standpoint of the contests that are fast approaching, you have to summarize also. What was done well, what you can do well, and how did you find the speech? So just summarize in 1 or 2 lines so that your evaluation is complete. Those are the 2 things you need to extra add in your evaluations. That's all from my side for you. For TM Manoj, as an evaluator, the same thing goes. You have to also tell, you very well pointed out the loopholes in his speech, and given the fact that he's a seasoned Toastmaster, he should have wrote the term, he should have paid attention, due attention to these finer details where things were contradictory. You very well pointed out, I must say your observation power is up to the mark. My mark, that is what I was expecting. Very well done. However, just give some sweets also, along with the savories. So what was it that really got your attention in terms of liking it? The story was really good, engaging. So said something about that. Everyone likes some phrases. And the third thing which I want to tell you is summarize. We all are going to be contesting in the season. So as evaluators, have to summarize our evaluations. So something which at the club level we don't realize until we go into the contest, and then it becomes difficult for us. So that's one day I have to be very, very careful about in delivering my evaluations. Otherwise, every loophole that you pointed out, everything that you said did not match or did not connect was very good observation, nuances that should have been there for a person of his stature in Toastmasters. So that was very good. Now coming to the evaluation of the entire meeting. To start with, the meeting started, as I said, the lady of the house was not here today. So everything went haywire and we started late because of those technical problems that we faced. Nonetheless, we started, and the energy of the club was always there, as we all have experienced whenever we start. This is one of the attractions of Hoodi Toastmasters Club. Thanks to Arijit, who was the SA also, part of SA. He started with how was your week? And that manages to engage each and every person present in the meeting, whether offline or online. A very, very connecting question to start with. However, Arijit, as Sergeant at Arms, since we were 20 minutes late, you could have avoided that. That was my observation, because we were already. But you did get that clue, and you, after Akanksha, you did not ask anyone, so that was quite started. What I liked about your role as a SA was that you made it so relevant. What was so relevant about being online and being offline? Whatever is relevant as Sergeant at Arms, the rules that you must be telling on the screen, when we should be on video, when we should be off video, that was an additional part of Sergeant at Arms, which you included, and that really gelled well with your role. So extremely well done, Sergeant at Arms role. Then coming to our President's speech, Nixon, I really miss you offline today. Okay, nonetheless, seeing you offline was heartening, and to hear your voice also. However, there's some technical problem. Your voice is echoing a lot, so not able to hear you clearly. That can be settled, of course. Next time when you're here, that can be compensated for. So you did your role as usual quite well. The TM Vinayakam. Your topic was so intriguing. It became more intriguing when you said, what does it mean actually? Even in my wildest of imagination, I wouldn't have thought that it could be that. Beautiful twist. You didn't give the twist. We couldn't get the hint actually. So well connected. What the story is. I would really like to know more about it. Vinayak, you turned one of your unmet expectation from my side beautifully by your presence of mind, just in line with the theme. As TM, you should have been prepared with the introductions of everyone and the title of the speech and all that. Of course, you were ready with the title of the speech, but not with the introductions. But seeing your presence of mind, picking up the clues by the conversations that we had in the morning, we built up the introduction so well. So this is water. This is Vinayak.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Very well done. But next time, it's an advice to you that you can definitely come up with much better introductions. When you could do this without any preparation, what can you do? What wonders you can do with preparation? Because well, actually, people like to hear about themselves. That's all. TTM, Toastmaster Dixon, great topics. You gave a big challenge to many of us. I was hoping you don't call me, and you did. Thank you for that. Looking to your first two topics, they're so philosophical that I was hoping. Don't call me because I was engaged in so many things, or thinking mentally that this I have to note down as a grammarian, as a general evaluator. So I was not in the right frame of mind to speak on any table topic. Thank you for sparing me, but your topics are really good. People were able to speak on them. However, I would advise, see, I have often noticed that at the club level, the meetings, the topics are usually quite a challenge. Philosophical types. Either you first pick the person whom you think is a veteran Toastmaster will be able to handle and then give the topic. Otherwise, give topics where people can speak, because that is going to encourage them to take up further topics in further meetings. Do that. I'm speaking this out of my experience. When I joined Toastmasters, I was quite scared after listening to one or two topics, and if they were of this kind, I would not raise my hand, because in my club it was practice, raise your hand and we call you. So I would never raise my hand. I would first see at least 50% of the topics, then only muster the courage to at least raise my hand for the last topic or the last two topics. So to encourage people to come up spontaneously on their thoughts, even if they have been a Toastmaster for 1 or 2 years, take time, courage to speak on topics which they don't know what is going to be given to them, right? So choose your topics according to the person. If you're going to call the person, this is my advice to you as general evaluator. Otherwise, Dixon always does his role well, and this time also you did your role quite well. Now for the tag team, I would like to call the timer of my team to tell the time taken by each one of us.
I will keep it short. In prepared speeches, I was the one who overshot time by 3 seconds, 7 minutes 33. Abhishek spoke for 5 minutes 53 seconds. All the table topic speakers spoke within the specified time limit. Kudos to our guest, Priyanka, who spoke for exactly 1 minute time. The evaluation was done again within the time limit set by So Akansha and Manoj both completed it within 2 minutes and 2 minutes 46 seconds respectively. Today we started our meeting 9 minutes late, 10 minutes 90, 10:90, and with that I had it.
Thank you. Thank you, Tanya. Let us now call the accounter, Manoj, to report.
Thank you, General. I was wondering if I'd be sitting unemployed. Luckily, I wasn't. So I just made a list of the whole stuff, and today we have a count of 45 spread across multiple role takers and speakers. I'm not going into details. Some may be nice, some may be embarrassing. So I wrote that part of it. It was a good session because primarily observations are we had most of the speakers where the problems were seen on the R's and the ums. That is where the most common problems were happening for almost all the people who came into the viewpoint. But the rest of the conditions we have in the R counters list was in general span. So I will just go to the
Call out the names who have spoken and how many number of times. It's for our better.
Okay, I didn't want to just
it's for our better.
Okay, so let me go to the details. So we have Toastmaster Vinayakam who had 2 hours. Abhishek had 7 hours and 2 ums in the speech. Arijit had 2 hours. And Nag Mahesh had 2 hours and an and an and. Then we have Ankur, who had 4 R's in his speech and a single and. Then we had Piyush, who had a single R in his table topics when he came on. Mona Lisa didn't have any. Piyush had 4 R's and two arms in
Thank
his.
you.
And yeah, I guess that's it. And Dixon, he didn't have any. So in terms of the hit list for the day, we had Priyanka, but she gets disqualified. This is the first thing.
Like you did not observe a long pause for Dixon when he was asked if you give 10,000 to his wife.
He said one alphabet this way or that way. It would have been
Long pause.
It should have been a nailing this.
Thank you, DJ Manoj, for that accomplished report, because we need to know where we can improve. Because Arijit's hours were really reduced this time, something to comment on.
Yeah.
Now, as a grammarian, I have a long list. Very good usages, because both the speakers were experienced ones, and they have really made me proud as a grammarian. I was not able to note down everything, but yes. Genial, these are the good usages. Genial at the spur of the moment, thumping of his heightened heartbeat, perfect crescendo, yearning of an adolescent beauty, yearning for, it's not for. So writing quickly. Momentous occasion, indelible impressions, everlasting impressions, beautiful. Timid, fountain of blood. This is a metaphor. Nonchalantly, it's pronounced as sha, not cha. Picture of storm and picture of calm. Avenge that on me. You've used this preposition with avenge beautifully. I was a little doubtful whether to use on or for, but you used it right, on. The usages which can be improved. Fishes. It's the plural of fishes. The plural of fishes, fish only, unless you have a species of fishes, then we use it. Get sweepers and all that. Avoid that in specific, in prepared speeches, please. Nonchalantly, as I've already told you. Basically, really, these are proper English words in English, but not properly used. Basically, and really, both are used randomly. Avoid that. This is another observation to be noted down by our counter. Never start your sentence with basically. Avoid starting your first sentence with so. Later sentences you can. So is a sentence starter, but avoid overuse of it. We often tend to emphasize on the adjective, so we say really and very. Commonly used. I'm also a culprit. However, avoid it, please, because it's not wise or it's not good English. I have proper words for it. Really good. Use extremely good or perfect or fantastic. Anything, but increase your vocabulary to reduce your usage of really to reinforce the adjectives that you want to use, right? Second thing I want to tell here is there was one phrase used by Arijit 20 years back. Did you use it? Arijit. Now, whenever you're counting, this is part of grammar, English grammar, please. 20 years back, whenever you use counting time from now, avoid using, not avoid, don't use back. When you say 5 minutes back, means 5 minutes from now, say 5 minutes ago, never back. Back is never used to count time from now onwards. Back is used to talk about some time in the past, but never when you're counting time from now. So 20 years ago, back is used back in my school days, back in my village. Back in my college, I used to do this. Or back in my college days, we used to have football every day, or I used to play whatever. So this is the difference in the usage or in telling about your past. 2 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, 5 days ago, 5 months ago. This is how English grammar goes with back and this is the main difference. Okay. That's all for my grammarians report. Versatile was used by Dixon and I. Congratulations to both of us. Avoid using, again I say, as a grammarian and as an accountant also, please avoid using basically randomly. It has a problem. Really, very basically. The fourth word that I would advise everyone to avoid consciously is and. We connect our entire speech from the first word to the last word with and. Avoid using it. It is again a repetition of word which can be very well avoided consciously. So this is all for my to continue with my G's report. Though lesson number, we had a great meeting, quality wise, content wise, everything wise, the topic wise. I love the topic today. This is water. Everything was just perfect, as a Toastmasters meeting should be, so enriching as it is always. One suggestion for the club: let us restart or resume the voting for the rules. It is always encouraging. So if you're not prepared today, let's have it from the next week onwards. So, and also in the light of the fact that we are going to be contesting next month, let's have the time limit properly defined for everything. Okay, so even on the basis of time, we are going to disqualify people. And we are going to have votings from next week. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you for that masterclass on grammar. That was really enlightening, and specifically like the back and above, it is something that we may have known, we may have learned, but it is not. It doesn't register in a normal usage. Thank you so much. With that, we come to the fag end of the session today. I would like to hand it over to Professor Arijit. He has some announcements.
So, our contest, we have got a good response for the contest. It's 2 weeks from now. It will be held in SMR Endeavor. And thanks for your responses. A few people still want to register. Do it because February 28 is the last date to register. Normally, we should keep it open, but time is a major factor because we are going to have 3 contests on the same day. It will take a lot of time. Having said that, be punctual. Please come on time. Please, because we will be getting judges and role takers from various clubs. So we have to respect the time of other people. Yesterday, I learned a very beautiful quote. I read a very beautiful quote. Punctuality is not coming on time. Punctuality is respecting your own time. So that was very well put. And also, we are facing problems, difficulties getting role takers. This Dixon should tell, but we are getting difficulties with role takers. And today, my mind, I came across a very beautiful song when he looks like Abhishek and Vinayak sang a very beautiful song. So I would request both of them to sing that song before we end the meeting and hand it over to our president. So Dixon and Vinayak, Abhishek and Vinayak, please come on stage.
I'm already on stage.
I'm telling you.
Come.
Sir, आपकी आवाज बुलंद है एकदम.
So because we don't get role takers, the song is Log Milte Hain.
लोग मिलते हैं. वहाँ से.
लोग मिलते हैं, फूल खिलते हैं, कुछ लोग किसी रोज जो बिछड़ जाते हैं वो हजारों के आगे से मिलते नहीं ये फूल जो पत्थर में मुरझा जाते हैं वो बहारों के आने से खिलते नहीं
Great, awesome.
Very good heart.
We have to hand it over to our president.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Over to you, Toastmaster Dixon, for the concluding remarks.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vinayakam. And what a wonderful meeting today. Today I have seen lots of versatile members in our club. The Sergeant becomes timer, timer becomes speaker, speaker becomes timer, and evaluator becomes evaluator. Still, we managed to run this meeting very well. Thanks to everyone. Because of technical issues, I think I don't know whether you are able to hear it properly, but we managed. And our renewal session is going to start. So I request all the members be part of this to renew your membership before end of this March month. And also I request everyone to volunteer for this contest sessions as suggested by Toastmaster Arijit. With that note, I close this meeting for today. Thanks to everyone. Bye.
If we have to take a photo, Dixon.
Request all of you to come on video, please. Request all online participants to come on video, please.
Why don't we have a driver next week for the contest?
We can have a table topic.
No, I want all.
No, it will be not.
Please,
No.
we both did judge duty for a contest recently. And the number of judges were equal to the number of contests.
Let's everybody's on video. Let's take the photo.
Okay.
So that is very embarrassing for us.
Come
back.
Whatever we do, no pictures of the evaluations for the table topics that would count as a.
You wait for that to Mandy say.
Thou shalt not mention names.
Dixon, you're taking the photograph.
Dixon is locked out.
Oh, laptop.
Hey,
I've taken it. I've taken it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, cheese.
cheese and paneer.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
So,
I am on no sugar diet. Less sugar, no sugar I cannot.
jalebi like See, this is what I was talking about.
It should not have happened. I'm really conscious about all these things now because